Hello everyone. I'm just live streaming this particular meeting because I thought, I have to do live stream today and tomorrow also for my painting. So why not this particular meeting? And another reason for the live streaming is this webinar is very, important for me, and I just want to highlight, certain section of that webinar so that it can reach out to everybody. Because bringing everyone into the webinar, it has been very challenging for me. So I thought, initial portion I live stream, and then, I'll continue without live streaming. So let's, start with that. So I warmly welcome you in my webinar, which is, already live today. And this is going to be my first webinar for this particular, niche, which I have, took 2 months back only. And I warmly welcome you. I thank you if you're watching this or you're watching the recording. I really thank you for, just hearing me out. And I'm Sonal Singh, and I'm an IT professional turned into the, happiness painting coach. So, what is happiness painting coach? Because I'm doing painting from my childhood, and I never knew. I took it as a hobby, and I used to enjoy a lot because my childhood was slightly, stressful, even from the academic side also, and professional. Sorry, within family environment also. But painting used to calm me down. It also helped me to continue my daily routines with the higher efficiency also, because academically also I was well. So painting was the skill. It used to help me a lot to ground myself and bring my stress down on the daily basis. So this is one of the, you can say hobby, passion, or anything which I am doing from when I was 4 year old. That was a time when first time I did my painting. And before that, sketches and all that I used to do. And I never knew, like at this stage of right now, where I'm 40 plus, I'll be taking this as my passion. And I built a happiness painting club around that. So, what is happiness painting club? So, there we focus on our inner happiness. So, now question comes like how painting can help with respect to the inner happiness. So, when we talk about inner happiness, usually we look for happiness outside, in the sense, either some events or some activities or vacations. So we always associate our happiness with certain outcome. So that is the reason, and we wait for that moment to happen. And during this period, we consider, like, it's a internally we will not be that happy because we want to fulfill that our wish. But when it comes to the inner happiness, here we teach like how to be happy, in any situation, how to bring out your happiness under any circumstances so that your inner happiness is not dependent on any outcome or achievements. That is the essence of the, life. Reason is our normal, human beings, or you can say our mind, will never be satisfied. When we fulfill our one wish, we always target for the next wish. So we cannot hold our life in this way. Like once I'll get something and then only, I'll feel so much of proud about myself and I'll achieve this, then only I can celebrate or happy. So celebrating each and every moment itself is a, point of happiness. If we are alive, we are healthy, we are having a good family, and even that is also not there, you are one of the most wonderful creature. And considering that also, we should learn to be happy. So in Happiness Painting Club, we celebrate that happiness by expressing our inner emotions. Sometimes what happens, we have done lot of things, but we do not celebrate because we have something bigger in our mind. So we, ignore our the smaller achievements or the smaller milestone also. But we focus on our activities on the daily basis and we start expressing that. Even if we are sad, we try to express that to bring out from your, inside. We are happy, then we can bring out those expressions, over our canvas in terms of the visual presentation that bring out your actual emotions outside. So whether it is happy, whether it is a sad, bringing it out is very important with respect to our inner happiness. So that is the main motive of Happiness Painting Club. Okay. So this is all about the Happiness Painting Club. So let me share my presentation. So I would like to highlight how this journey started and why I have chosen this field, because I was in the decorative art also. So I have built so many, decor paintings. And what is the reason I want to link it with happiness? So there is a very, bigger reason about that. I'll show you that. Let me share my presentation. Show you that. Let me share my presentation. Close that music is singing. Close that music is singing. Okay, give me a second. Let me close everything. Okay. So if you know, I do the live streaming also. That is to give hands-on. So that I do it on the regular basis, weekly twice. So that is also to bring that continuity with respect to my mission. So today's webinar topic is 3 secrets of brushing Zen. That is my, system which I have developed based on my personal experience, my knowledge, and also a lot of, study and research around the stress, anxiety, and inner happiness. So this is what I want to share about 3 secrets. Okay. So here in this particular webinar, we are going to learn 3 secrets of brushing Zen system. So how it can transform your stress into masterpieces. But before that, your acceptance, should be there, like how painting can help with respect to stress. And many times, many people are unaware of what stress is exactly. So let's understand that first, then only, you will be able to understand why we are doing this. So before we start, few webinar rules are there. If you have any question, you can put that into the comment section, or you can join, Zoom meeting also. So there you can also post your questions. And you can make a note, anyway recording is available. Or if you have any question, you can ask me offline, or you can put that into the comment box. Okay, so in this particular webinar, we are going to learning the specific statistic about the stress, which is a main problem which we are trying to solve it, along with the painting also, how it can help. Now, in second point, I would like to explain how my journey started, why I have taken this only, not anything else. Then point number 3 is our mission. We are going to talk about our mission. And then top 3 secrets, and you have to wait till there, and it will finish in 40 to 50 minutes only. And please remember, this is a no sales webinar. This is just, I will not be putting any products around that, because I want to spread awareness first. Like, what you should be able to identify what is happening inside you. So for that only, I'm keeping this webinar. Okay, that is a more a self-discovery you can understand. Point number 5 is product detail, but you can exclude that. That is not part of the presentation. Okay, so now I want to share out the global report, and that includes, India also. So what happens? That is adult specific report, and the happiness painting club is targeting 30 plus. 30 plus age old people. And with respect to that, if you see the overall report, with respect to anxiety, depression, and stress symptoms, we'll talk about the symptoms later. But how many age group is affected more? So you can see 18 to 24 is almost 50%. They are affected. Then 25 to 49 is 38 percentage. 50 to 64 is a less as compared to, and 65 is very less. So which age group is affected more? That is 18 to 50 years old. And if you try to introspect in yourself, it can be any reason. It can be academic, parental pressure, or your job related, financial stability. Everything comes under this age. And if you say from 18 to 24, it is more towards the career and change related thing. Na? So that is the reason this particular age group is more prone to anxiety, depressive disorders, and stress. Stress is a initial part. When it goes to the next level, that converts into the anxiety disorder. And if stress is prolonged for more period, that turns into the depression, which is very severe stage. So I would like to describe that in my upcoming slides. So let's quickly go to the next slide. So here are the few facts I want to talk about the stress. I'm not going into the anxiety and depression. Everything is not the same. Stress, anxiety, depression, everything is a different. Here I'm focusing more on the initial level. That is a stress. Okay. So these are the two interesting facts about the stress. Stress is most underrated. Nobody talk about it. That is a medical condition due to ignorance and moreover unawareness about it. People are very much unaware about its overall outcomes, how it can impact your entire body. If you see any job description also, there always it's been mentioned to handling work pressure, to handling this. So they always associate to handle that with respect to the capability. But nobody talk about that being under stress for the longer period is overall, it can impact your body and mind in the worst form, right? No employer will tell this. They want that skill to handle work pressure, this, that, but they will never work on its longer, outcome. And what happens? Many unaware, due to ignorance by the employees also, and many, entrepreneurs also, they are not aware what is happening inside. There will be, diseases will start coming, and nobody know what is the root cause of that, right? Root cause is stress only. That is comes under the cortisol, hormone. And I will tell you how it can lead to the, bitter experiences. So let's talk about the facts first. There was a survey was conducted where 77 percentage of the people experience stress and they don't do anything about that. Okay, and then 73% of the people experience psychological outcome of the stress. Psychological outcome means their behavior changes, behavior pattern changes, and some will be more prone to stress, some fear. All those are the psychological impact. And 77% see the physical impact. Physical in the body pain, back pain, shoulder pain, and so many different things. Sometimes migraine also it comes. That is also due to stress. 33% people feel they are under extreme stressful situation, but they cannot do anything about it because their priorities and so many things are those overly dependent on maybe their job environment and all, and they know that they are under extreme stressful situation, but they don't do or they cannot do anything about it. So this is what the survey was conducted. 76% people say their stress is due to money and work. So major causes, because we are targeting 30 plus, major causes money and work. Out of this, majority compromise, they know that they are under extreme stressful situation, but still they compromise their mental and physical health overall holistic health due to money and work environment. 48% people don't get healthy sleep due to stress. Now, you know what is sleep? Sleep is like you are putting your phone for the charger, right? If you don't charge your phone, it won't work. Simple for our body, sleep is a relaxation. If you are not getting healthy sleep, your body will be dysfunctional after some point of time. Okay, that is a known fact, but it is a highly ignorant, highly ignorant. And unstable sleep means sleeping on not on night, then sleeping in morning, and those type also create a lot of health issues. And stress is one of the reason which deeply impact our nervous system and also sleep habits. And when you are not getting proper sleep, at one point of time, your mind and your body will become dysfunctional. Okay, so this is all about the sleep. Sleep is very important thing. That is also highly ignorant factor. Now, so 54 percentage people accept stress caused unusual behavior to them. So unusual behavior means it can be anger, it can be anxiety, it can be social disconnection, apathy. I have seen many people, if something has, fallen before them, they will not do anything because they don't know what to do. I mean, I'm not laughing, I'm just telling that is a highly, apathic environment. Reason is stress only because when you are going through the extreme stress, you cannot sense your normal reactions also, what how you have to react in the sense like you will lose empathy also for others in the sense when you yourself are highly emotionless, that emotional numbness comes. That is also due to stress. You won't do anything if something is happening for you also. Now you will not feel any interest because you are emotionally numb. And so this is what it happens. Losing feelings means any sort of feelings, getting angry, getting, happy, losing happiness also. You will feel sad most of the time. And then, different emotions, fear, etc. So losing feelings also another psychological condition that also caused by the stress. Hormonal imbalance. Hormonal is imbalance is a severe part because that totally depends on the body function. If your body functions are impacted due to stress, you cannot take day-to-day decision also. Day-to-day decision means hormonal imbalance happens. There are so many happy hormones and stressful hormones like cortisol, etc. So if that imbalance is happening within your mind, that is a chemical imbalance, your entire nervous system, which is responsible for your action in the sense taking decision and then performing, doing activity, that will be disturbed. So this is what happens due to stress only. Reduced cognitive abilities. Cognitive abilities is highly linked with the intelligence, and that you will lose a lot due to stress only because your mind cannot think beyond anything. When you are not able to accept any feelings, you are emotionally numb, then cognitive abilities you will lose. And loss of creativity is the last thing. Creativity, anyway, when your basic functionality is not working, then being creative is the next level. That definitely you will lose it. So that is happens due to extreme stress situation, right? If you're not working on your stress, and you know your environment is stressful and you are not doing anything about it, then it can lead to these many issues. So now what is your priority? You just take this question in yourself. Really for money and work, you will ready to lose your own health, which can lead to dysfunctional, right? That is a dysfunctional condition. So what is your priority? You put that question in yourself. Okay. Now, impact is not limited to the psychological disorders. Even physically also it can cause. So we were talking about the psychological disorders so far. Now, what is a physical? You will get a when your nervous system, because your nervous system is brain is a signaling, right? And if your nervous system is impacted, then your physical well-being is also impacted. Even physical movements and taking decision ability and performing that action. And I don't want to go into that detail because that is very scary. So so telling about facts is not to scare anybody. It's to more, making you aware to identify your priorities, right? So money, work, everything is in higher priority. But for that, do not compromise your health with respect to stress, anxiety, and because later point of time, it will not help you with respect to your money and working conditions also. Now, once you are highly affected by the stress, then treatment with respect to healthcare, even any treatment, Ayurvedic, allopathic, and whatever naturopathy, everything is highly expensive. You just go and check out, like everything is very expensive. Even allopathic, especially medication, it's too costly. Then everybody cannot afford it, right? That is also another reason. Who can afford it, those can go for it, but try to go for it when you know the solution. Like it is not fine to be being in the stress for the longer period of time. So when you know the fact, then why to go with this, right? So if you are in the early stages of stress, then as to please identify that as soon as possible and start working on that, considering like it will impact you in certain way where it will not even support your main goals also. Okay. Now I would like to tell you how stress impacts your mind, body, emotions, and behavior. So I will quickly cover this slide because most of the elements I have already told in my previous, slide only. So we'll start with the mind first. So stress turns into the worrying and then, a muddling thinking and impaired judgment. You will not be able to take decisions properly in the sense you will be so worried about taking decisions also and hasty decisions based on your fearful conditions also. You'll be negative, indecisive. Most of the time you will be indecisive, but decision, whatever you are taking it, you are taking out of fear. So when you will take a decision out of fear, it will turn into something else. So this is what it happens, and even nightmare also. A few people experience it. Now, what is impact on the body? Body, I already told you: muscle tension, shoulder pain, frequent infection, muscular twisted, skin irritation, breathlessness, fatigue, and even sometimes shaking. Hands and all. That also start doing that, and moreover, back pain. There are many, impact has not been written here. I will tell you, uh, even back pain, shoulder pain, and so many different, functionality it impacts. Sorry. Now, mind and body. After that, what happens when these two elements, which is a combination of whole body, right, mind and body, if it is dysfunctional, it finally impact your emotions because you will be able to identify the difference what you were earlier and now what is happening to you. So you may lose confidence, it will be more fuzzy, irritability, anxiety, depression, apathy. Apathy means, see, I will not consider it as apathy. When you yourself are struggling, then how you can be empathic to others, right? So because I know about entire cycle, so I do not consider it because first you should be healed, then only you can show empathy to others, and this is what it happens emotionally. Now behavior side, it can be sometimes, especially because I am from IT field, I have seen smoking habits more. That is to bring down, your stress only. That happens, and IT field is very prone to stress on daily basis. There will be huge stress. It is not like other fields. It's totally mind based work, decision, and everything. That is more prone to stress. So smoking habits I have seen in most of the IT professional, and this is what it happens. Restless is, it happens if you're not able to address it, your hands and your fingers will start shaking. So that restlessness also comes, and fear of uncertainty comes. What will happen? What will happen? Isonemia, and then loss of sex drive because your hormones, etc., will be, in different levels. So you will not feel anything, positive. Drinking more. Some people prone to alcoholism also. That also happen, and loss of appetite. This particular differ from person to person. You will, if their appetite will increase also. That also it happens. Binge eating, etc. Just to boost your mood. That also people will do. Or for few, it will be loss of appetite also. That also it happens. Now, what is the main cause of the stress is a cortisol hormone. So whenever you're, in the stressful situation, cortisol hormone is released, and that is very dangerous for your health, especially mental and physical, and all these four factors which I have explained here. So it can, so how it impact, we will not go into that detail, but I hope you got the sense how stress can impact your holistic well-being due to cortisol hormone, which is the main responsible for all these issues. Okay, now move to the next slide. So this is a stress curve, and see, partially I already explained to you, but we can just start it how it performs actually. When you are in too little stress, that can be you can, your mind and body can take it. That point of time it is fine, no issue with that, but that also you have to address on the daily basis so that you will be in calm zone. It shouldn't be, comes into the extreme conditions such as burnout and breaking point, and then, panic, anger, anxiety. That is, burnout situation where you will not be in the condition to perform also. So please remember that. So how it starts? It starts with the, inactivity, with too little stress, and you will start, ignoring it, and all slowly turn into the fatigue, tension. What will happen? What will happen? Then it will lead to the exhaustion. Like exhaustion means it's like a, exhausted. You will not have any energy to perform anything. That is also a exhaustion. It's like you can consider giving up situation. Giving up in the sense when you are overloaded with the stress, your mind is not able to take decision what to do. So you will feel emotionally exhausted and mindfully also and physically, because if you are emotionally exhausted, it impact your physical energy also. You will feel exhausted, and then it turned to the exactly, anxiety, panic attacks, and then for some people it will be angry because they're not able to hold that. Few people who are able to hold it, they will turn into the panic attack. Panic attack means it's like, you can consider, I will explain that. So who are not able to hold that, they will start shouting, angry and all. It happens with many. And anxiety disorder is like, start imagining the condition which didn't even happen. You will start seeing the worst form of any situation. You will always, something bad, disaster will happen. So you will go into that zone also. It happened already. Something like that. Your mind will imagine that has already happened, but it didn't happen. That is an anxiety disorder. Now, what is a panic attacks? Panic attacks mean, like you are not imagining it happened, but you are, imagining it is very near. It will happen. It will happen. It will happen. And anger is you are bursting it out. And then finally, breakdown means you will give up. Give up in the sense means you cannot do that, whatever you are planning. So stress comes due to challenges or any, situation. It can arise at any situation. So when we say breakdown or giving up, it doesn't mean giving up completely. It means like you will give up for that particular activity thinking like you cannot do, or you are just exhausted, now you don't have energy. So this is what the stress curve is. So now we learned a lot about the stress. So I have explained you. Now I would like to tell about my journey. Okay, why I started Happiness Painting Club. So I'm a founder of Happiness Painting Club, and I am IT expert, and I worked for many bigger MNCs also. And I went through that stress cycle. That is the reason I know it very closely, because I have experienced each cycle, and I went through that curve, many times. And I was highly, performer, I would say professionally achiever. And these are, from my professional backgrounds, you can say. So this particular is my family. So I have, one kid. that is a 12-year-old. These are all my colleagues in a different companies. Okay, so I went through, professionally very well, and uh, I am actually, achiever and winner of many professional, you can say awards also. But I would like to tell you, few aspects about my, background. So I had a very traumatic, childhood. I already told you it's very stressful. And even I went through the postpartum depression that happens after, childbirth. That also I went through. And within my official environment, it was very stressful and due to very challenging. And when you are another issue I want to tell, like expectation keeps increasing. If you are performing, then expectation will never stop. It will keep going from others within your family, also within your official environment. Also, if you are performing at the, if you set that background, like right, you can do anything, then everybody's expectation is it keeps increasing. That is also a main reason of distress and anxiety also, because you cannot fulfill everybody's expectation. This is what happened with me many times. And then I was targeted by my senior management also in my last company in January. And then I was terminated also from my job. And after that, I lost, a sense of self, because it's like you are, star of the sky, and then you have fallen, something like that. And that is also when it's not even your mistake also, right? So I went through very traumatic experiences, and this is what it happened in my last 2 years. And now you can imagine, when I have explained you about stress, how how much it has impacted me, right? With respect to, I have been 2 years in the highly stressful situation that literally took a toll on my health, even mentally and physically both. I have gained weight a lot also, and then one point of time I was totally lost interest on doing anything. In the sense, I was highly career oriented, and then I lost interest on that. So this is what it happened. I went through that cycle. That is the reason I know very closely. You know what? Even I can recognize what is happening with others, seeing just their condition also. So I went through that closely with respect to the stress life cycle. And so, but somehow I was able to manage it. That is also due to healthcare. One of the reason I took a proper medication, to come out of that. And moreover, to keep myself grounded, my painting, my own skills help. So that helped me to bring out, my best in me during my toughest time of my entire life. That was my last 2 years. So that was a painting which really helped me to express myself and feel good about myself. So this is what, and somehow when I was terminated from my job, and that was a highly stressful situation, because that was very, you can say, abusive and very worst working environment. And somehow I was in those 35 percentage who knew that is a, stressful environment for me, but I was not doing anything about it. Reason was I was having a very financial, dependency on that job. But anyway, when I was out of it, one point of time I thought, like, whatever happens, it happens for good only. Because my health would have been worse if I would have been continued, and those people didn't fire me, because I voluntarily I was not doing it. So you can consider I am in those 35 percentage due to who compromise, their especially for financial stability. Reason is I had, certain liability also, and I have been very career oriented and financially independent from longer time. So leaving that itself is a, slightly uh, uh, discomfort for me. So I can understand who to those who also think the similar, because this is what I have seen. Even many of my colleagues I know who are in very stressful situation, but they don't do anything about it. So I can relate with them because I myself was one of them. But after coming out of that, I really realized like how much life can be so peaceful, stress free, and it's so relaxing, so creative, especially with respect to the creativity and stress relief. After coming out of that, I realized it. So this is what free me and happy me, and especially, and I have made many paintings, and I am not showing from the decor perspective, I am showing from the creativity perspective, because once you come out from the stress zone, your mind will be more creative, and painting itself will help you to heal. Doing painting itself is a healing process, so that really helped. So I'm telling you my personal story. After coming out of my job, I did a lot actually. I wrote many books, 2 books I have written, that is highly illustrative books. And I have built around 250 plus artwork in last 8 years only, but frequency increased within this 1 year. Earlier I used to do one painting in 2 to 3 months. Now it is in every week I am doing 2 to 3. Then I have developed one framework also out of my experience and with some reference also different universities. Although I am not trained, I am not, I am a self-taught, artist, but I follow, many curriculum from the different universities, and referring them also, I came up with one framework of creativity. I have established my virtual galleries, 2 virtual galleries. I have conducted many traditional art exhibitions. Although I know the digital arts, but because my mission is something else. My mission is to being in touch with our emotions, being in and how to represent that using the brush stroke, and that is a therapeutic brush stroke, because I am solving the problem of the stress and creativity. So doing the digital arts, I feel like traditional art will support that more as compared to digital art. So I am more towards the traditional art. So I have conducted the virtual exhibition, and most of them are 80 percentage were the traditional art, and only 20 percentage were my digital arts. And as I told you, I am an author of 2 detailed illustration and art related books. I'm brand ambassador of the ArtSteps virtual reality platform. And I have launched my digital courses, community challenges, and membership multiple times. And finally, I settled with happiness painting. Reason is that is a main I thought like I feel more connected with. So this is my third niche actually. I started with the creative side of the painting, that is the decor. Then I moved to the career niche because I feel like I've served IT industry, I should do something about it. But when I was doing it, I was not feeling happy. I was not feeling, connected with that niche. Then again, I came back to my niche, which is more connected with me, because earlier I was hesitating to show my vulnerable side. I don't wanted to tell that I suffered this much, these many years. So that is the reason I was not, uh, willing to tell my personal stories also. But then I realized if I will not tell my personal stories, how I struggled and how I came out of that, then I cannot send inspiration for others. So that is the reason again I went back into my niche with respect to the my field, my problem which I was facing. So that is the reason I came back into the happiness painting club. So that is a main, again I came back and I drop the hesitation with respect to telling my personal vulnerabilities and problems, etc. These are my mentors with whom I learned, different skills like coaching, NLP, and then selling part also, especially the art side also. So these three, Ginger Cook and Angela Addison and Cinnamon, etc. I learned the art related skills, and rest of them I learned coaching about more teaching and NLP and life coaching, etc. So my courses are more mixed of everything. That is the reason I am not teaching art. I am teaching how to, calm yourself down and how to achieve your inner happiness using painting. Because I learned about NLP, I learned about life coaching, I learned about how to teach. So I have transformed all my learning into happiness painting. So this is my, I'm under the mentorship of Siddharth Rajshekar, who is a India's leading, digital coach, because I thought like I have to develop the courses digitally rather than the physically, coaching, because I wanted to get freedom and stress-free environment. So that is the reason I went through the mentorship of the Siddharth Rajshekar, and under him, I am from last 1 year. Okay, and so this is my mission. I want to empower 1 lakh of the busy working professionals and entrepreneurs to achieve stress relief and the creative growth via happiness painting. Happiness painting is my main tool. Under that, I have many other systems and model, but key is that only. Key is a happiness painting. Okay. And my top 3 secrets. Please join my next webinar. I will disclose my top 3 secrets in my next webinar in the same day and same time. So thank you so much for hearing me so far. I don't want to release my top 3 secrets in the live streaming. Otherwise, I will feel difficulty to people will not join my Zoom meeting. So just wait for the next Thursday same time 4 p.m. and learn my top 3 proven secrets. That is that is a combination of NLP, life coaching, my own experience, because I have seen the stress life cycle. And I have been in touch with many life coaches and medical fields also. So I'm going to tell you the top 3 secrets which actually works. It is not, based on the somewhere I have taken it. No, I have applied it and it worked for me. And those top 3 secrets I will share in my next webinar on the same time, Thursday, 4 p.m. So bye bye. I'll see you in my next webinar. And please do not forget to join my Sunday's webinar. That is on the another topic that is also related to the same problem. And please do join. That is a mindful paintings. This one is a therapeutic brushstroke. My next webinar is a mindful paintings. Please do join that, because that is really, I told you, it is based on the actual life experience. I have seen that from closely and I have converted that based on my learning and from my mentors' learning in the form of those 3 secrets. So please do join Sunday's webinar at 11 a.m. I'll wait for you. Bye bye. Take care and good evening. Bye bye. I'll see you in my next webinar.